Hey, ¿qué pasó, mi gente? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Luis Lopez, and welcome to what we call the cruelty now. I'm calling it the cruelty of the WNBA. Oh my god. Sometimes I'm still asking myself, why am I even betting on these ladies? And it's because I love watching them. I love watching the games, and I know a lot about them. But man, it just feels like full on, you know what? I'm going to be cruel to myself day kind of thing when you're betting on these ladies. I mean, I go ahead and give you Lisa Thomas, she crushes her line. I give you Bronick Burns, she crushes her line. And then Janelle Saloon goes ahead and just shoots, I think it was like 2 for 10. I mean, come on, shoot 30%, 35%. She's easily gone over. She shoots 30%. She grab a board, get a field goal. I don't know. Alright, so we're back to the cruelty. Let's call it that. Let's call it the cruelty show today. Alright, the Sparks are taking on the Dreams. This game should be a great game. This game has a 7-point spread, 170.5 game total. I'm going to 4 very consistent players from these 2 games. The first one is Ryan Howard. And recently she's been crushing her PRA 30, 33, and 30. And regarding her matchup, she scores 62% of her shots above the break, where the Sparks rank dead last. And we know she takes anywhere between 10, 11, 12 three-point attempts. Now, Alicia Gray is currently still questionable. She's not probable. She's still questionable. She might be probable by the time you watch this video, but as I am recording this video, as the time that I am recording this video, Alicia Gray is questionable. If any chance she doesn't play, it's the Ryan Howard show. And no one will be able to stop her. She'll be able to do whatever she wants. But even with Alicia Gray playing, she's gone over her PRA over 26.5. Head-to-head, she dropped 31 when she played them. Now, I'm not going to her PRA. I'm actually going to her fantasy score. Her fantasy score right now is at 33.5, and I took that on the over. Head-to-head, she ended up having 3 steals and 1 block. So even if she lands at 26 PRA, which is right below her 26.5 line, she could still get over her fantasy score by just getting 2 steals, not 3 steals and a block, just 2 steals. So 2 out of 4 of the blocks and steals that she already had in the prior game versus the Sparks. Just give us 50% of the blocks and steals that you got from the prior game and stay at 26 PRA. And we still go over the fantasy score at over 33.5. This is a game that I expect to go down to the wire. Only has a 7-point spread. And also the Dreams are playing against a team that's desperate for wins right now, the Sparks. So the Sparks are going to do anything and everything to make sure that they win this game. And also when it comes down to Ryan Howard and her steals and blocks, Kelsey Plum gives up the ball a ton. Rickey Jackson gives up the ball a ton. Dearica Hamby gives up the ball a ton. And Ryan Howard is constantly guarding different players. Julie gives up the ball a ton. And Ryan Howard is one of the best defenders that they have for the Dream. Ryan Howard and Brianna Jones are both known to be great defender. So Ryan Howard over 33.5 fantasy score. Second player, Dearica Hamby. Head-to-head, PRA. She dropped last points. PRA, 42. Okay? But I'm not going to her PRA, although I think she could still get over her PRA. Also going to her fantasy. Head-to-head, she ended up having 4 steals against the Dream. Now, because Brianna Jones turns the ball over a ton, just keep that in mind. She's a great defender, but she turns the ball over a ton. And Dearica Hamby is a highly skilled player who scores, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. She does everything. She's extremely athletic. So all we need from her, if she stays on her PRA, let's say at 26, her line is at 33 fantasy score. So if she gets just 2 steals, she could still get over her fantasy score at 33. So yeah, 2 steals from her, stay under her PRA at 26, and she still can get over her fantasy score of 33. So Dearica Hamby over 33 fantasy score. So those are my 2 main players that are full payout on Prize Picks. Now I go into the Goblins. Jordan Canner, recently 15, 13, 17, 16. In just 20 minutes, she dropped 15 points against the Sun. In this matchup, she has one of the best matchups you can find. 30% of her shots are above the break where they rank dead last. And another 40% of her shots are underneath the basket where they rank second to last. Just a fantastic matchup when it comes to scoring for Jordan Canada. And as we all know, the Sparks don't defend anyone, basically. But I ended up taking Jordan Canada. I ended up taking her prop at 7.5. They don't give it to me. They only give me the 8 option here to show you. But I took her prop at 7.5 as an easy layup. And I'll explain to you once I show you the slip. I'll explain to you why I did that. All right, let's move on to the next game. Next game. The Sun are taking on the Sky, 2 teams that are playing basically for nothing, but 2 teams that insist on playing their starters full minutes. And from this game, I'm going to somebody that's already proving herself against this team, and it's Tina Charles, who's been playing incredible the last 10 games. Just phenomenal. Tina Charles ending the season on a high note, and I hope she comes back next season. I hope she gives us another beautiful season of watching Tina Charles play. She's one of the best players to watch. I mean, pure basketball player. So hats off to you, young lady. Tina Charles over her 19.5 PR. All right. That's her line, right? Now, here, let me show you this. She's under in one of them, but let me show you her minutes. In this game, in the first game, she played 36 minutes. She dropped 25 PR. In the second game, she only played 21 minutes. She still dropped 18 PR. In the last game, she played 31 minutes, more along the line of the minutes that she's been playing. She dropped 33 PR on the Sky. I took her line easily over 19.5 points. Now, let me show you the slip, and I'll explain to you why. Dearica Hamby over 33 fantasy score, just in case you didn't understand that from my prior explanation. Ryan Howard over 33.5 fantasy score. Now, Jordan Canada and Tina Charles. I expect these ladies to be a full layup. Based on history, they should crush this line. Now, Ryan Howard and Dearica Hamby are the full payout one. Now, if I just take Hamby and Howard, that's only a 3x. But by adding Jordan Canada and Tina Charles, not only do I double my payout, I increase it up to like 7x. I think it's around a 7x payout. Either way, I go from a 3x and I double my payout by taking 2 other props that are Goblin that should be easy layups. So that's why I ended up adding these 2 young ladies, Canada and Charles, to the slip to increase my payout. My expected worry, I don't expect to be worried, but if I were to worry about 2 players, it will be Hamby and Howard to hit the lines. But based on history, they should crush both of those lines. So that's my official slip that I want to share with you. I did want to talk to you about Kamilla Cardoso. Rebounds plus assist. Look at this. Like easily on the under. Let's crush this down to like the last 10, which is what I like to do. And this is what happens when you share the court with injuries. She is rebounding a ton, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, she's assisting. And by rewatching the game between these 2 teams, the Sun and the Sky, what I noticed is the following. Injuries is assisting a ton to Kamilla Cardoso, who's scoring a ton. Kamilla Cardoso's line right now is favored to go over 14.5 points at minus 120. She's expected to have a very good scoring game. That means her assists and her rebounds will suffer, which is what has happened head to head. First game 8, 12, and 12. Okay? Because Angel Reese is the one doing all the rebounding and assisting. Let me show you her assist. Head to head. 11 assists in the first game. 5 assists in the second game. This is actually a very good prop, by the way. Just in case you want to hit that. When it comes down to rebounds, 13 and 11. But her line is always high when it comes down to rebounding. But the big thing is the assist. Okay? And the assist is one of the things that Kamilla Cardoso does decently. Except when she plays with Angel Reese, specifically against the Sun, she does all the rebounding. For some reason or the other, Tina Charles gives Kamilla Cardoso a really hard time underneath the basket. And Angel Reese is the one that is able to grab all the boards, a lot of the boards, and do a lot of this assisting. Angel Reese handles the ball a ton, passing it over to Kamilla Cardoso, who towers over everybody and scores. So that's been the dynamic when these two teams met in the past. I rewatched the last game, so that's what I noticed. Something that was happening consistently. I am looking for Kamilla Cardoso's line under 13.5 rebounds plus assist, which PrizePicks refuses to give it to me. They had it and they took it down. If they have it at 13, I'll still take it at 13 for a possible win or a possible push. Okay? All right, my friends, that is all I have for you. God bless you and your family. Que Dios te bendiga. Y hasta la próxima. Take care of yourself and best of luck. Ciao.